Cue the spotlight, shine them bright. Gonna have a grand new show tonight. With glitz and glam on the marquee. Perhaps a Tony nominee. Stars beam brightly, see them glow. Sell out nightly, SRO. It's time to applaud the Broadway Beat. Stars beam brightly, see them glow. In the footlights of a show. Life is sweet on the world's most famous street.
Tickets, please.
Take a seat
Cue the band.
and tap your feet to the rhythm of the Broadway Beat. The Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge, and welcome to Broadway Beat, our weekly half-hour behind-the-scenes look at the very best of a New York theater on Broadway and beyond. This week we celebrate the Broadway opening of one of last season's most celebrated new musicals, Grey Gardens, which is playing at the Walter Kerr Theater. It tells the story of Edith Bouvier Beale and her daughter, Little Edie, the eccentric aunt and cousin of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. We'll also stop by the St. James Theater for a press conference to kick off the Las Vegas production of the hit Mel Brooks musical, The Producers, and chat with Brooks and his newest star, David Hasselhoff. But let's start things off at New World Stages, where the new musical Evil Dead had just opened. It's based on the cult classic 1980s Evil Dead films, which starred Bruce Campbell and were helmed by director Sam Raimi. Evil Dead the Musical is co-directed by three-time Tony Award winner Hinton Battle and Christopher Bond.
Listen to us now and make no mistake. We're gonna have fun 'cause it's spring break. We'll squat, we'll squat, we'll fall down on the floor. We'll do all this in the whole wide world. Cabin in the woods, cabin in the woods, yeah. We're five college students on our way to an old abandoned cabin in the woods, yeah. Five college students on our way to an old abandoned cabin in the woods, cabin in the woods, we're cabin in the woods, cabin in the woods, we're cabin in the woods, we're cabin in the woods, cabin in the woods, cabin in the woods, we're cabin in the woods, we're cabin in the woods,
I thought the show is outrageous, good outrageous. You know, you go to a musical comedy or just a musical and you go along with it, and it's kind of fun, you have a few laughs, but this is really meant to be balls out entertainment. From start to last, really. It's high energy. If you sit in the first four rows, something horrible will probably happen to you. And I think hopefully that's the reason why people will come. You know, one week they'll see Blue Man Group, and next week they'll come and get covered with blood. It's just, takes all kinds to fill the freeways, you know?
I was there Sunday night. I'm a huge fan of the movie genre, these movies that you made, and I was like just watching the fans that sat in those first three rows. They were white T-shirts, so like we're gonna frame these.
Yeah, they want to be covered with blood. See, those are the deadites.
When I got involved, I wanted it to be like a roller coaster ride. That anticipation, and then when you get in the seat, you ride and you don't know where you're gonna go, and you're just thrilled. And that's what this show is. It's a thrill.
And the best part of the journey, Hinton, for you has been what?
The best part of the journey? The day that I sat in the blood zone and got splattered. That was the best.
See, if you can do it, anybody can.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. It was great. It was great.
My character. Well, I am the horny best friend of Ash, who is pretty much the instigator. Starts off as the alpha male, ends up becoming, a demon, being butchered in the woods. So I give Cheryl a hard time. I give everyone a hard time. I bring along my slutty girlfriend on the trip, and basically all I want to do is have sex. and get drunk.
I actually played 2 roles. My first role I play is Shelley, kind of the dumb blonde who's just along for the ride and for a good time. And she gets taken over by a Kandarian demon. She gets shot. And then my second character is Annie, and she has the special pages and knows the certain passages to get rid of the Kandarian demon. So it's great. I really love that I get to play 2 different roles and show kind of 2 different kinds, like types of myself.
Every day I go on ends and demon bloodshed. And now that I've met you 2 guys, I know you'll soon be dead.
What the fuck?
They say love is cruel, and I believe them. My heart's always grounded, 'cause the men in my life, and I mean all the men in my life, every single man in my life keeps getting killed by Kandarian
Oh, it's been awesome, man. We came all the way from Canada. We did this up there. No New York experience, just came up here, and all New Yorkers seem to be digging this, man. It's pretty awesome.
So take me back to the beginning. How did it come about for you with wanting to turn this into a musical?
You know, we saw the movie, and I thought, oh, that would be awesome as a musical. I have 0 experience in songwriting. I've never written anything in the theater. This is really the first production I've ever been a part of, and decided to try it. And Bruce Campbell happens to be here as a guy emailed. I said, yo, what do you think about this? And he put me in touch with the right people. All Sam Raimi, all those guys that let me do this up in Canada in a bar, and we did it. Took off in Toronto, we did it in Montreal, took off there, and 4 years later, we're here, right where it matters.
You know, we get tired and we get sore because we, get a little bumps and bruises, but I have the best time. It's always a fun audience. They're always cheering us on and having a great time. Sometimes telling us what to do because sometimes they know the lines from the movie. But just have a blast. I'm having the best time.
Talk about the role that you play.
I play Jake. He's the redneck in the woods. And when the characters from the second movie show up in the woods, they need to find their way to the cabin because the footbridge is out. And I'm the good old reliable Jake who can lead them out to the cabin in the woods.
I play Cheryl. She's Ash's younger sister. She's the first one to go demonic, and she's freaking crazy. She likes puns, which, everyone does. And I basically live in the cell, and I pop up, and I make commentary. And she's very dirty. She's a bad demon. Very bad demon.
I play, at first I'm Ed, and then I become the bit part demon. I become Evil Eddie, who's a completely different version of Ed. He's like the version that breaks out of his shell, and he's maniacal and deadly, very hard to kill. But he's the guy, at first, Ed's the guy that just can't say anything. He's the browbeaten guy who just kind of takes it on the chin and goes with the flow.
Talk about the best part of the journey of working on this show or performing the show is what?
The best part of this process was watching it grow and watching everybody around me, the cast and the crew, especially the directorial staff. They really brought a lot out in this show. It just kept growing and building, and it became something that you couldn't even tell in the beginning. It became this big monster that feels really good. It feels like a really tight show, and it feels like the cast really, really works well together, and I feel that the most.
When it all came together for me, well, I've had 3 years to prepare. I started this show in Canada in 2003, so I've gotten used to it. But before I came down, and when I knew I was preparing to do the role, I did a lot of yoga, did a lot of running, lifted a lot of weights, and as I get into the groove, I get used to it again. It's a tough one. It's tough, but it feels good.
Oh, it's wonderful. Talk about the role that you play for our audience who has yet to buy tickets.
I play Ash. He's a boy takes this girl to the cabin, tries to get lucky. Unfortunately, they unleash evil demons who start killing them, and I have to save the day. I'm called upon to do what I must do to kill the demons and save the world, save mankind from this unspeakable evil.
It's like every teenage boy's fantasy in America.
Pretty much. And what's even better is I'm a store clerk at S-Mart, similar to Walmart or... So, yeah, pretty much. You couldn't be more middle America, I don't think, yeah.